So used to it being already done. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not realize you guys couldn't hear me that whole time. That is crazy. Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins and praise. Right, nobody said nothing. Y'all don't love me. Y'all do not love me. I just been sitting here talking to the mutes. Okay, so listen, 3mgmusic.com for the info on F3. I don't believe it. I'm just sitting there talking, running my mouth, and nothing. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Okay, yes, introducing our main topic. So the main topic for today, when it's all used up, part 2, we're gonna look at that in a few different ways. Before we get into that, a few things I want to talk to y'all about. I'm sorry. I know it's driving me crazy and it's probably going to drive y'all crazy the whole time. Okay. A few things I wanted to talk to you guys about before we get to the main topic. I'm trying to decide which one to talk about first. Okay. Let's first of all, while we're waiting for a few more people to come in, let me tell y'all about this show I saw called Noah's Ark. Okay. Noah's Ark with a C, ARC, like the arc of a story, not like ARK, the arc of a boat, ARC, the arc of a story. And Noah's Ark is a show about a gay black man and his gay black friends. And cool. Okay. You want to have a show, but why name it Noah's Ark? Why why? Why the blasphemy? Why the disrespect? I don't understand that part at all. Okay, you know what? Oh, and you know what? Okay, I have some sad news, and I really don't like to talk about sad stuff. I don't. Um, and they still won't let me make my Facebook video public. I don't know. Okay. I don't like to talk about sad stuff. I know. Okay. But there was a tragedy that pretty much played out on social media earlier today. Let me share my screen so you guys can see it. Apparently this couple was on, it's a woman right here, a man and their child, just in case you can't see. Apparently, this couple was on live. And while they were on, as they were on the live, apparently they started arguing. I did not see the live. The details aren't everywhere, okay? Apparently they started arguing on a live. I think he threatened her. Someone said that he did threaten to kill her. And then he proceeded to do just that on live. Okay. And if that wasn't bad enough, he, ran, drove off to another county, and they found him unalived by himself. Well, when the police came up to the car and started, like, hey, we got you surrounded, he then took his own life. Okay. So it's sad on both ends. They have a child. So, prayers to the family. Sisters, listen, let me tell y'all something. A man does not just up and take your life out of nowhere. A man is not going to just, let me say that again. He's not going to just up and take your life out of nowhere. There has been a pattern of abuse, not in a relationship. There has been a pattern of abuse. There have been threats made before. I think, let me just take this off because it's not doing it's aggravating me, right? There's been a pattern of abuse. A man does not just come out and take your life without warning. Okay. Warning always comes before destruction also. So please, please, please. I know we be in love and we don't think it can happen to us. But you don't have to tolerate anyone putting their hands on you. Okay. You don't have to tolerate abuse. That is not love. Love does not hurt. And I know people say that all the time, and we probably think it's like a cliche, but no, love does not hurt. Love is not black eyes. Love is not being bruised up. That is not love. That is the total opposite of it. So please, if you are in any kind of situation, get help. Get help and get yourself out. Okay. All right. Another video I wanted to share with y'all real quick. And I know some of y'all probably ain't gonna like it. Okay, but we're gonna check it out. I don't know what podcast this was from, but let's check it out and then let's discuss what is being talked about. Because the comments are crazy. But let's discuss.
Understand why so many American men came overseas to Ukraine to find a wife.
Okay.
Tell us this Okay, go ahead.
So for me it was very strange why men go so far away, spend so much money, and etc. And today I understood why, because we have.
She's based as hell. Yo, Ukraine. She fucking gets it.
Super bass.
Yo, continue on.
Yeah.
So I think because we have much bigger family values, and we love to feel like a woman, and we love to see the man like a man. And I think I'm a bit older than all of you girls, and I can tell you in my 36 years old, I love when men care about me. I love sometimes when he tell me what to wear, because it's a care, it's a love. How man else can show you the love? If he just wanna fuck you, he don't care what you're wearing. Believe me, he don't care. He just come and fuck you and leave. But if he care about you, he tell you, baby, please do this, do that. So this is care. This is kind of love. So just appreciate it.
Wow. That was amazing.
So, I mean, spot on with what she's saying. And it reminds me of something that I was thinking about a few days ago. And I don't know why this came to me. But we want to be in this modern era. We want to be treated like possessions, but we want to behave like rentals. And what do I mean by that? I own my home now. We've owned our home for like 4 or 5 years, me and my husband. And I can tell you that the way that I clean and care for and take care of the home that I owned was much more in depth, much more different than a rental. Okay. I'm not going to stay in this rental. I'm just here until my lease is up. I'm just here until the wheels fall off. I'm just here for as long as it serves me, whatever. I have no intention of staying here permanently. Okay. So yes, I'm going to keep it clean for me to live in. It's going to be clean. It's going to be, the surfaces are going to be clean. It's going to be clean, but it's not going to be necessarily cared for. What I mean by care for is maintained. I'm not painting the walls. I'm not changing out the appliances. I'm not changing the flooring. I'm not renovating. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything special to this place because it is just a rental. Okay. And so sometimes, girls, we like to get out here and act like rentals, right? And that we just want to go from renter to renter, from place to place. And as long as it's good for me and as long as it serves me, I'll stay here. But as soon as it starts getting a little crazy, I'm out of here. Okay. You can't display that kind of behavior and want to be treated like a possession, because the house that I own, I'm all over this house. I'm mopping the walls. We're painting. We're redecorating. We're renovating. We're moving stuff around. We're investing. We're buying. We're changing things permanently because I possess it. I own it. It's mine. I'm going to take care of it. I care how it looks. If it's a rental, I don't too much care about what you think. It's a rental. Okay. But this is the house that I own. It's a different feeling when people pull up to a house that you own. It's different. Right. And so, ladies, it's the same thing. Like, you want to be treated like a possession, then you can't act like a rental. You have to act like someone who is worthy of being possessed. And yes, I said worthy. Okay. I said worthy. I know nobody likes to think like that, but yes, you should be worthy of being a possession. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. All right. There was an interview that Nene Leakes did. If you don't know Nene Leakes, she's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. You should know Nene Leakes. I don't know how you be on social media and don't know her. Nene Leakes did an interview with a very well-known transsexual personality. I'll just call him a personality. Okay? He goes by T.S. Madison, and the T.S. stands for transsexual. Okay? That's his thing. It's not a secret. In the interview, let me read to you what happened in the interview, okay? Because as you can see from the headline, Nene has been labeled transphobic over the interview when she says she did not want to sleep with men who sleep with trans women, okay? And so let me set the, okay, let's read this and then I'm because after I read this, I did go and listen to the interview because I wanted to get the whole context of everything. So we'll talk about it. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Nene Leakes has drawn criticism after a recent conversation with T.S. Madison, where she revealed that she does not want to date a man who sleeps with transgender women. In the discussion, the pair exchanged views on dating, with Leakes asking Madison, "Do you only know gay men?" After the actress asked if Leakes would date someone in Madison's social circle. So he was like, "Hey, would you date any of my friends?" And she's like, "Well, do you know, or aren't all your friends gay?" That's what she said. "I don't date gay men," he said, to which Leakes responded, "When you guys be saying that, that's real weird, because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he's sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something." Madison clarified, "If a man comes in here and he looks at me and you, well, he likes women." Though Leakes pushed back, saying that she felt in that scenario it's because he didn't know that a trans woman is trans. Okay, so now look at this picture. If you did not know that this person with the black hair, if you did not know that this was a man, it appears to be a woman, right? It appears to be a woman. So if you don't know, you don't know. That's not pertinent to what you like or don't like. That's like a vanilla ice cream cone covered with chocolate, and somebody goes to grab it thinking it's chocolate. It doesn't mean all of a sudden they like vanilla. They thought it was chocolate, so they went for chocolate, okay? And if he does, he likes women, Madison reiterated, prompting Leakes to ask, "What is he?" "He's bisexual." After Madison explained that sexuality also includes pan people who are interested in all genders and that many men are pan, Leakes said, "I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date them. I need you to like Hello Kitty all the time." Madison reminded Leakes that there's a possibility in your life that he's been with something. If Leakes had indeed only dated men her entire life. "I know that women consider trans women men because we're born male," Madison continued, "but there's a difference between being a man and being male." Sir, no, it's not. It's really not. Leakes then inquired about Madison's body when she observed, "But you have your parts, so he could love you and think you're so beautiful and want to sleep with you, but does he know it's there?" "He knows it's there. I'm not hiding it," Madison replied, with Leakes reacting by admitting, "That doesn't make any sense to me." Madison said that it's important to make men comfortable to say they find things attractive outside of what society accepts, and advised that all women should be taking PrEP, a medication that helps prevent HIV. Nene did not say anything wrong. She did not say one thing wrong, okay? But let me say this, all right? Because I told you I went back and watched the interview to get the context, to get the tone, like what happened. When he walks in, Nene is sitting there. She introduces him and is using female verbiage. "Hey girl, how you doing, girl? How you been doing, girl?" Throughout the interview, she's calling him girl, girl, girl. They're talking about lashes and wigs and makeup. Like they're conversating back and forth like girls. Nene is addressing her as a girl, but then so you can't get mad when it comes to a conversation about men and this man is looking at you like, well, I'm a woman just like you when you've been calling her girl girl the whole time. So see, and here's what's funny to me, right? Because it's women like Nene Leakes who have pushed these men on us. They've paraded them on television. They've had them as their gay best friends. They will sit up there. It's not on. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So what I was saying was, people like Nene, right, have pushed the acceptance of people with alternative lifestyles upon the rest of us. So now, when the people with the alternative lifestyles feel like they have as much right to I'm gonna say standard, normal dating rituals, now you want to be mad. But you can't do that. You've been calling her girl. You've been calling her girl. Y'all been talking about lashes and makeups. You've been treating her like a woman the whole time. But when it comes down to a man, now all of a sudden you feel the need to remind him that he's a man. Shalom and shalom, Zavara. I hope I said that right. You can't be double-minded like that. That is unstable. Because now it's like, oh, wait a minute. That's two-faced. That's two-faced. Because we was cool until a man came in the room. Now all of a sudden, you feel the need to remind me that I'm not like you. And she's not wrong for what she said at all. And I'm very thankful that I do not have to date in this modern day dating pool. And you know what? I can't even say that because it was no different in the 90s. I'm not going to act like the 90s were so different. We just didn't have social media. We didn't have the internet. And so it was not in your face if that was not your lifestyle. Okay, there were trans men back then. They were DL men back then. I don't know if y'all remember Malik Yoba from New York Undercover. They was talking about him. Not Funkmaster Flex. DJ Mr. C from Hot 97 in New York. I don't know. I believe he passed, but he got caught. Okay, so I'm not saying it's anything new. It's just that now it's so much more accepted and there's all this pressure to just accept these things. You don't have to. There are men out here who love women, real natural born women and only women. Okay, they do still exist. So please hold on and hold out, sisters. Okay, Angelina, shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Okay, like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. So you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. All right, y'all. This next one, I kind of debated covering it because I don't want, some of y'all know how I feel about Tyler Perry already, okay? And so I was kind of like not going to say anything about it, but there are a few things that bother me. So we're going to read the lawsuit, okay? Because with the text messages that have been put out there, everybody's like, what's the big deal? These text messages ain't nothing. Like, what are the text messages proving? Okay, but when you hear the lawsuit, then you understand why there's a problem, okay? And all right, let's read the lawsuit and then I'll give my few cents. Where is it? Okay. All right. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see that. All right. This is from deadline.com. Okay. This lawsuit was filed on June 13th. Okay. Just a few days ago. Now, the charges in the lawsuit, quid pro quo sexual harassment. And if you don't know what quid pro quo is, that's you do something for me, I'll do something for you. That's quid pro quo. It's a Latin term. So you do something for me, I'll do something for you. But in the case of sexual harassment, you have sex with me, I'll do this for you. You have sex with me, I'll do that for you. Okay. Work environment harassment, sexual harassment, workplace gender violence, violation of Bain Act. Oh, I need to look that up because that sounds serious. Sexual battery, sexual assault, negligent retention, which sounds like freaking kidnapping, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and retaliation. Okay. So this not just some simple texting, like people were trying to say. This is not just some texting. These are some serious charges here. All right, so let's get into the details. I'm just going to read through this. Okay, the case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul, against plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Now, mind you, before Mr. Dixon started working with Tyler Perry, he was a waitress for an event planning service. Okay, but anyway, Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright who has built one of the most successful careers in film and industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitive dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery. Okay, so now you're talking about assault and battery, you're talking about hands, all right? People are putting hands on people. And professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on the Tyler Perry show, The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control of his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. Okay, so the next part just goes on to talk about how he, worked so hard and da-da-da-da-da. And then it says that his net worth tops $1.36 billion. Okay, so he got it. Tyler Perry's rise to fame and fortune elevated him from a powerless victim to a figure of tremendous wealth, influence, and power, culminating in the ownership of his own film studio. All right, let's keep going. Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams. Just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many in the industry, Mr. Perry's success had led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. Well, I wonder why he thinks that. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. There are things in life that money cannot buy. Let's keep going. Mr. Perry saw the one thing his wealth and influence could not purchase: a sexual relationship with a man who would remain silent. Perry told Dixon that his ideal relationship would involve a male partner who he could provide for and who would be loyal but emotionally detached. Perry told Dixon, whoever ends up with me is going to be a happy MF. In essence, Mr. Perry decided a one-sided coercive dynamic with a subordinate, an arrangement devoid of mutual consent or emotional reciprocity. Thus began Perry's calculated pursuit of Dixon. Okay, and as you go on through the lawsuit, there are actual allegations and recollections of actual assault. So allegedly, Tyler Perry assaulted this man in his home, like physically assaulted him multiple times. So it's not just some steamy, halfway flirty text messages. There are actual incidences being recalled. I want to say this. First of all, it's crazy to me. And it seems like, and I could be wrong, but it kind of seems like we're supposed to forget Tyler Perry's stint as a Christian. Like, it seems like we're supposed to forget that this man was in churches, on people's pulpits, putting on plays. Do y'all remember when he called himself laying hands on Bishop T.D. Jakes? Like, do we not remember this? Do we not recall that when this man was up in people's pulpits speaking to the congregation while he was still dressing as Medea? Okay? I'm not saying that there was ever at any time that Tyler Perry stood up, and I fully believe that this is a full-blooded heterosexual man of God. I'm not saying I ever believed that. But what I'm saying is that was the image that was sold. So how we go from that image to harassment charges with a male and nobody's saying anything about this? No, nobody got words from Mr. Perry. Nobody's disappointed. Nobody feels like there needs to be a correction. Nobody feels like there needs to be some apologies made for misleading people and putting this man up in the pulpit and showcasing this man in front of Christians. And I've lived through many a church scandal. Okay, I have lived through many a church scandal. And I know how it goes. Okay. And while you may be saying, like, oh, well, he's not a pastor, the church co-signed him. The church co-signed him. And so now what happened? Where's the church now to explain? In the text messages, he says, oh, you can have religious freedom and still believe in Christ. Or some kind of something he said. Alluding to the fact that he's trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? He's trying to come to terms with his religious beliefs and his sexuality. Okay? I'm not convinced that that's like a new phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just tired of being played with, and I'm tired of my intelligence being insulted. I think that's what it comes down to. It's the insulting of my intelligence. Because you're not going to act like you wasn't just heralding this man as a role model. And now we're supposed to forget all of that. And this is why, and I hate to say this, because look, I grew up in Black church. I grew up in church every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, revivals, summer revivals, deliverance service, baptism service. Baby, I was there, okay? We would go to church in the morning, have 8 o'clock service, 11 o'clock service. They would serve you lunch, and then you come back upstairs for 3 o'clock service. I love the institution of church. I love what church does for people. I love the community it brings. I love the fellowship. Okay. I love being in community with people, watching people grow, just being a part of people's lives. I love that. Okay. And so when I say the things that I say about the condition of the church now, it's not coming from hate. It's coming from hurt. It's coming from hurt because my sons are homeschooled, okay? And one thing that I think about all the time is like, dang, when we were in church, they would still be around other kids their age. Like if we were going to church every week, they would be around the same kids every week. They'd be able to make friends. You know, they have more another social outlet. But I'm not willing to expose my children to the hypocrisy, to the lies, to the facade. Like I'm not willing to do that to my children so that then I have to sit them down and break their hearts when they get older and tell them, yes, everything that the people that we told you to believe in is a lie. The way they explain the Bible to you is a lie, and here's the truth. Do you know what that did to me? And I don't know how many of y'all, you know, went through a lot when you started to realize the truth of the Bible, when you started to realize the things that you have been lied to about. I don't know how that affected you. I don't know if it was a real heavy effect on you, but I can tell you it was heavy on me. And it is still heavy on me. That is one thing I do not appreciate about the internet. I'm not going to lie to y'all because it's too easy to get any kind of information. So if I want to find something to disprove my faith, I can find that too easily. If I want to find something to build my faith, I can find that too. I hate the availability of everyone to come out and spew their doctrine. I hate that. Because then now here you are planting another seed of doubt about things that don't matter, right? We're so busy arguing about things of no real consequence that we are lost focus on the things of consequence. We are so busy with people who are supposed to be women of God. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, Tiffany Montgomery, Jackie Perry, but these are supposed to be the women leaders of the church now, and they're going back and forth on social media. And no one's addressing the real issues because they got beef. No one is going to take accountability. And so how do you expect the church to ever come back? And it's so different being on the outside, right? Because like I said, I grew up in church. So I've always been on the inside. I've always been a defender, no matter what. Even when I first started on a journey toward exploring religion and studying religion, even when people would come to me and point out hypocrisies in the Bible, I was willing to die on that hill because this is what they told me growing up. So I know that it's true. Okay, so I've been on the other side, right? As life has progressed and I'm on this side now, I'm sorry, but my common sense is not going to allow me to think that you are going to lead me to the end that I want when you yourself are a mess. If you can't sit me down and admit that you were ever wrong about anything, how can I trust you with anything in the future? How? When I do something wrong and my kids call me out on it, I own it. I apologize. If I was wrong, even if listen, if it made you feel some kind of way, that wasn't my intention, but blah, 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 blah. But when I'm wrong, yeah, I was wrong. That was messed up. I don't know. You know, I was misinformed at the time. I don't know why I did that. Please forgive me. Why aren't we owed that from the people who call themselves leaders over us? And it's like, you know, I know a lot of people aren't going to want to face this. And so they'll just keep on going and they'll support Tyler Perry and they'll watch Straw and anything else he puts on Netflix and anything else he puts on BET. And we're just going to. And listen, I don't have this smoke for Diddy. I don't have this smoke for R. Kelly. I don't have this smoke for Harvey Weinstein. I don't have this smoke for them because they never set up here and put themselves on a pedestal as a man of God. They didn't take their feet and have the audacity to stand in the pulpit of a church and preach to us and talk to us. No. And if y'all can't see that man just used broken black women from the church to build his $1.36 billion empire, and if y'all haven't figured out that he don't like black women at all, then I don't know what to tell y'all. He's gonna keep running y'all amok, I guess. And he ain't gonna do it to me. I'm over it. We have to stop letting people play in our face. We have to. And again, I'm not calling for any kind of worldwide revolution. I'm talking to you as an individual. You as an individual are effective. You as an individual will affect the people around you. And that's how you make change. It's not about going out and throwing up protest signs, or it's not about any of that. It's individuals deciding that, okay, I'm not going along with this crap anymore, and I'm not going to lead my family into it anymore. And from that, now, okay, we need to find new avenues where we can get what we need. Nothing's ever going to change and grow as long as we stay complacent. These people are going to keep playing in our face. Look at the whole ICE situation. Now all of a sudden they want to backtrack because, oh, you found out you are arresting important immigrants. As if you didn't know already that these people are like the backbone of our economy. That's only what everybody's been saying the whole time. And now that you're arresting people who are running these corporations, now all of a sudden, oh, it's time to backtrack. Stop letting these people play in your face. The longer we keep going along with it, the longer we keep voting with our dollars, the longer they're going to keep playing with us. And when I'm sorry. I know y'all probably are like, it shouldn't be no. It is a big deal to me that the freaking allegations against Tyler Perry are from a man. Like, you wasn't even faking, trying, faking. I don't know. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. Okay, let me check one more thing and then Okay, let's get into our main topic. Let's get into our main topic when it's all used up, right? I know we live in a world where women are free to do what they want to do, and we're all sexually liberated, and we can do what the men can do. I have just as many rights as a man, but I'm just here to tell you that it's not the same. Okay, it's not the same. And that's not to say that men don't go through things. There are bitter, angry men out here. Fact, sidebar, Mams' cousin. Huddle up. There are angry, bitter men out here, okay? And they are just looking for women to talk crazy to put down, to take through an emotional roller coaster. They are looking for women to take their frustrations out on, whether it be frustrations from their own mother, from their baby's mother, from somebody else's mother. They are looking for women to take it out on, right? And when you're out here dating and searching and desperately trying to find the right one, please let me advise you of a few certain things, okay? Men have emotions. They are not supposed to be emotional. Okay, what do I mean by that? My husband has his feelings, right? He has the right to be upset. Say I do something to make him upset. I can't imagine what that could be, but say I do something to make him upset, right? An emotional response is, no, as a matter of fact, I have a perfect idea of an emotional response. Before I learned to control my emotions, if I was upset, I would be the one tearing up the house, okay? I'm taking the pictures off the wall. I'm taking everything I bought in this house and I'm packing it in my car and I'm taking my kids and we leaving. How many times you gonna go through that? And let me tell y'all, okay? I went through that a few times. I did that a few times. Right, huddle up. This is important. I need y'all to listen to me. I did that a few times, right? And then one time I went to go do it, and I was like, why am I gonna do this? Because all I'm gonna do is have to clean up. I know I ain't going nowhere. I ain't leaving this man. All I'm gonna do is go to my mama's house, sit over there for a little bit, talk to him on the phone, and then come back over here and have to clean everything back up. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. And that was the last time that ever happened. That was an emotional response. Okay. The difference between my emotional response and an emotional response from my husband is that even if I lash out, I am not capable of hurting him with my bare hands. I cannot hurt that man. He is 6 foot, 250 something. I cannot hurt him. If he chooses to lash out at me, he can very easily destroy me. Very easily destroy me. Okay? And that's not even just from a physical standpoint. I know people say that their women have sharp tongues and they can talk to you really bad. Do you think that men can't talk bad? Do you think that men can't say hurtful things? They very much can, okay? And here's the thing. Me arguing with a woman, we at the same voice level. We're the same voice level. We are both arguing in our female voices and we are both at a 7, okay? Me arguing with my husband, we are not ever at the same voice level. I may be at a 7, he's at a 20, okay? He got that deep voice, he big, and when he raised his voice even a little bit, it booms. All right. And I've had to deal with that. I've had to deal with letting that be okay, right? Because it can get to the point of, why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? He's not yelling. He's just big and his voice is deep. So when he get a little excited, his voice booms, okay? The danger in him acting emotionally is exponentially more than me acting emotionally. And now don't get me wrong, right? Like I could do some stuff. I could try to take the kids. I could try to run. I could try to mess up his life. You know how catty females can get. But when a man gets in his feelings like that, man, that is something different. Okay. So let me just advise you, ma'am, sis cousin, if you are talking to a man and his language and his tone seems to be a little emotionally skewed, like he uses terms like all women, all you, blah, 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 every woman that I've ever, if he talked bad to you about his mom, run. And when I say talk bad, I don't mean relaying his life experience. I don't mean just talking to you like, yeah, we had a bad relationship. She hurt me, da 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 da. But if it just goes on and on, like he just calling her out her name, just any small thing he's talking about, run, please. Okay, that was a little sidebar. I don't know where got off on that. Don't let them fool you. They are bitter. You have to think about the fact that at this point, males are pretty much going through what females have been going through the whole time. They getting played out. They're getting cheated on. They're getting lied to. Have y'all seen this whole Cardi B and Offset situation? I'm not gonna lie, it scares me. It scares me. I have not ever been the type of female to play with a man on that level. You posting pictures of this man kids his kids, and you all hugged up with somebody tit for tat. Shania, shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, 46 pages. I didn't read the whole thing. Once it got past the preliminary part, I didn't keep going. But 46 pages, that's crazy. That is crazy. So, okay. Like I was saying. Listen, we are taught that body count doesn't matter these days. Body count doesn't matter. Because for some reason you seem to feel like your body or your special body part is a magical, self-rejuvenating, self-regenerating organ. And while it is amazing, yes, it is amazing. It allows us to give birth and do all sorts of wonderful things. It is not indestructible. Let me just say that in layman terms. Your vagina is not indestructible, okay? And the truth of the matter is the physical effects of having a high body count are small in comparison to the spiritual and emotional effects of said body count. Because like we've talked about before, and like you can Google and find out ever so easily, and like anybody will tell you, when you have sex, there is a chemical response that your body undertakes that you cannot control. I don't care how bad you think you are. I don't care how hard you think you are as a woman. I don't care how gangster you think you are as a woman. There is a response that your body undertakes because you were designed to work a certain way. Okay? So it's just like, and see, I struggle to talk to people about this because when I try to say these things, it's always like, oh, you're reducing me to an object. You're reducing me to an object. I'm not reducing you to an object. I'm using this object to show you a picture, to make an analogy. So hopefully you will get my message. Okay. But it really is as simple as using your body wash in the shower, and you use it. And whenever you want to take a shower, you just go and you pour some more until it's all gone. And now what? It's body wash, right? So you just go get some more. But what about when it's your spirit? What about when it's your spirit? Because we love to talk about soul ties and all this good stuff. And I don't think we take into account the actual effects of it. Every time you sleep with someone, you are giving a part of yourself away. Woman. Every time. You are meant to receive. You are meant to partake in. And we've come so far from what it means to be a woman, from what it means to be a wife. We've come to the point now where sex work is not just okay, it's glorified. We don't just not shame sex workers anymore. We praise them. We put them on pedestals. These become our reality stars and our next celebrities. But we are not showing and we're not being truthful about the effects that this is having. And here's what I'm going to say too, right? Because a lot of women, they leave their industry or they leave their lifestyle and they claim that they find Christ, which I'm not here to debate anyone's salvation. Work it out yourself. but they don't talk to you about what they are still dealing with. I tell my kids all the time, don't do what I did. You don't understand the mental, the spiritual, the emotional work that I had to do to get to a point where I can function in a happy and loving and healthy marriage. You don't understand the extra crap that my husband had to work through because of some bad experiences that I went through. No fault of his own. And sometimes it was all my fault. Everything that happened to me wasn't because, oh, my dad left me. No, some things that happened to me was because I didn't listen when God told me to stay away from him. Some things that happened to me happened because I didn't listen when my mother told me, don't worry about these boys right now. Focus on you. Get yourself together. Don't worry about them. And so, yes, all praises to the Most High for bringing me back and for setting me free from those things. But the fact of the matter is, there's still a mess that needs to be cleaned up. I was lucky, and a lot of women are blessed to be able to come back physically and mentally whole. I am thoroughly convinced, however, that a lot of Black women who you see crashing out behind a man are not mentally whole. You can't be mentally whole. You can't be emotionally well and tell me that you're gonna go bust somebody's window out their car, you're gonna go slash their tires, you're throwing their clothes all over the place, you're keeping their kids from them, you're maliciously going and file child support. I am not against child support at all, but when you and I've seen this happen too many times, women will be in situations. Matter of fact, my best friend that just got married, her now husband was taking care of his ex and their children, paying the rent, paying the bills. Kids didn't want for nothing, didn't need for nothing. She couldn't deal with the fact that he was moving on and getting married and took him to court, going for child support. Now she got to get out of her apartment. She got to find someplace else to live, and her money from him has been cut drastically. If that ain't a sign of insanity, I don't know what is. And so we have to be willing to call out these things so that women can see, listen, this is the result of your rebellion. This is the result of your wanting behavior. This is the result of you getting out here and acting like a whore. Sex is not something that you can just continue to use and enjoy and abuse as much as you want to. Because after a while, it starts to lose feeling when you abuse it. Same thing with alcohol. If I have a cup of wine, cup and a half, I'm feeling nice, I'm having a good time, everything's funny, ha ha ha. My husband knows he's gonna take me home and take advantage of me, and it's all good. But once I get into drinking too much, now I'm angry, now I'm crying, now I'm throwing up everywhere. Now my husband is disgusted by me and he doesn't want anything to do with me. It's the same thing when you keep having sex with multiple people over and over again. Now you're disgusting and you're throwing up everywhere. No one wants anything to do with you. You grow numb. You grow numb. You wonder why so many people walking around here who seems like they have no feelings and they have no emotions. I mean, if you keep denying the natural processes in your body, eventually something is going to happen. For example, if you keep denying the fact that you have to pee, eventually you're going to pee on yourself. It's going to come out. Your body cannot keep doing what is unnatural to it without any results. I was on Reddit. I want to say I was on Reddit, and The thread was about bladder incontinence in perimenopause. Okay, that's something a lot of women go through as they get older. Your bladder starts having a mind of its own. But a man posted on there about how gay men need diapers as well because after so much abuse, they cannot contain their contents of their bodies either. That is abuse, honey. That is not from regular use. That is abuse. And when you abuse something and keep abusing it over and over again, the warning signs are small. Right? Okay, let's go to a different example because yeah, that's kind of the warning signs are small. I'm trying to think. Okay, when someone starts becoming an alcoholic, because I'm trying to just think of something I can draw to compare this to you guys to show you how abuse starts, right? So the warning signs are small. You might see them get drunk at a party. People get drunk at parties. You might see them drunk at a cookout. People get drunk at cookouts. But then you start seeing them drunk in the middle of the day. Who's getting drunk in the middle of the day? Now it's a problem. Then you start seeing them drunk all the time. No matter when you walk up on them, they drunk, right? So now we're in full-fledged abuse. Now we have a problem. Now we need help. Now we have to go to rehab. Now we have to go through withdrawal. Now we have to try to live our life avoiding this thing. And if you think that fornication does not have the same effect on you, I'm very sorry to tell you that it does. I'm very sorry to tell you that it does. Because at first it's just one time. Just this one time. I just got to get this monkey off my back. Just this one time. How many times have you opened a bag and just had one chip? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And if you ever opened a bag and only had one chip, it's because they were a horrible bag of chips. But you always went back for another chip, didn't you? Once you, as a woman, extend yourself, it's something that starts being displayed in your behavior. You can't help it. You may have been dressing modestly, right? You just came off your last roller coaster. Because let's be real, modern day dating is a roller coaster. You start dating, y'all start talking, y'all realize you like each other, you have sex, the sex is good for a while. Then here the wheels come falling off and now it's over and now you're at this low point. And while you're at this low point, God, please help me. Lord, please help me get it together. I'll never do it again. I'm not having sex with anyone anymore. And you build up these incredible and false walls and barriers. And I'm going to tell you why they're false, because a lot of these standards that y'all be coming up with is ridiculous and it has nothing to do with having a healthy relationship. I was reading on Threads where this girl was texting with this guy and he texted her and was like, hey, what's up, or something like that. And she was like, I don't do shorthand. And if you can't use proper English when you're texting me, then don't text me. And those are my standards and da 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 da. And the men on that thread were so easy to call her out like, oh, you still hurt, ain't you? You're still going through, you're still hurt, and you think that a man and making a man speak proper English to you is going to stop him from doing whatever he wants to do. We start building these false signs, right? We start looking for signs when there's not one there. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have standards. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, come with expectations. But when you build those expectations out of a place of hurt, they are often faulty and will land you right back in that very same hurt. And so you keep okay, so now you're in a hurt. You met somebody else, and you go through you gear up to go through the same cycle again. And at first, it's still cool, right? But then you get comfortable. And as you get comfortable in your fornication, now you're dressing less because I want to be sexy to him. I want to make sure he's looking at me. Or I got to make him jealous. I got to keep him on his toes. So I got to make sure I'm cute when I post this pic. I got to make sure he see me. For whatever reason, the fact that you are abusing your body becomes evident to those around you. You get withdrawn and lethargic when he's not around. You don't want to talk to anybody else when he's not around. All you want to do is be with him, even to the point where you're dissing your friends now. And you're going through the relationship, you're going through the ups and downs. And then when it's over, right? And here's the thing. A lot of y'all can't understand when you get to the point that it's over. Why is it over? How is it over for him? How is he just able to walk away from me? What did I do? So he walks away from you. You patch that hole up in your heart. And you're right on to the next one. After so many times of crying, so many times of heartbreak, so many times of mending it back together, now it's like you don't even have a whole heart to offer someone. How does that play out? What does that look like? That looks like you refusing to show any emotion at all in a relationship. That looks like you fooling yourself into thinking, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and I'm not going to get emotionally involved. I'm not going to have my feelings involved. I'm going to keep my feelings inside, and I'm going to just go kick it with him, and we just going to do this. It looks different, but the results are all destructive. Once you cross a line, it is so very hard to come back from that. Pay attention when older women are talking to you about how they don't need a man, don't want a man. Pray for discernment. Because a lot of times it's not don't want a man, it's I can't figure out how to get along well enough with anybody else for them to stick around. I can't figure out how to control my attitude. I can't get rid of this emptiness and this bitterness. And even when this man is loving me and being kind to me and doing all the things that he can, I just can't pull myself together to give him what he deserves. And a lot of women, Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, Taraji P. Henson, a lot of these older women make these proclamations. They claim that, I don't know if y'all saw Taraji at the BET Awards, but that was anger and heartache talking. That wasn't her. Some man done broke her heart, and now she done went out here and found herself a new God to worship. And I'm not saying it's just a man, because she been crying about how she been broke ever since Empire ended. Pay attention when women are talking, especially how they talk about men. And if that woman is not talking about men the way that you want to feel, get away from her. She's never going to have any good advice for you. The first time a man mess up, her advice going to be, girl, leave him. Because that's what she did. She don't know how to advise you any other way, because if she advised you any other way, that would mean admitting that she is wrong. Y'all need to be careful who y'all are listening to. Be careful who you're taking advice from. Look at their life. Is the area that you're getting advice from in their life a life that you would want to emulate? Think about that the next time your girl is in your ear. The next time you go to vent to your home girl and she's telling you this and telling you that. And it just, ask for discernment. Ask to be able to see the angry and the bitter approaching. Listen, beauty don't last forever. Youth does not last forever. Your body parts do not last forever. You are going to grow older. Your looks are going to fade. Gravity is going to start taking its place. You're going to start putting on some pounds. Things are going to happen and you are going to change. As you are growing and going through those changes as a woman, it is very hard because society does not amplify the woman going through the changes. It's the 25-year-old and the 20-year-old and the 30-year-old. And then it's the women that act like, or that get on here and lie to us like they aren't going through the same changes. Okay? You are hard pressed to find a 40-year-old woman, a 40-something-year-old woman on television with no fillers, no BBL, just straight up natural. I was watching something. Gosh, Lee, I don't remember what I was watching, but there were a group of women, and only one of the women didn't have a facelift, didn't have fillers. I don't remember who it was, but I was just so happy to see a natural looking, middle-aged, older age woman. I don't know, but I was just so happy to see that. If you have not figured out how to nurture yourself and how to love yourself when you start going through these changes, it is going to be very easy for someone to come in and lie to you and take advantage of you and perpetrate a serious emotional, hopefully that's only as far as it goes, an emotional crime towards you. That thing that you think is so special about you, it's not special to everybody. There's a song called by Paramore called Ain't It Fun? And it talks about the reality of growing up. And she's talking about you're used to being a big fish in a small pond. When you're the big fish in the small pond, you get all the attention. Everyone's looking at you, right? You're just amazing. But as you grow and as you travel and as your life expands, then you become the small fish in the big pond. And if you don't have another fish to swim with you, that can get very lonely. I was listening to a woman in her 50s, I believe, talk about how she didn't want to be married. She never wanted to be married and all this other stuff. And I just hate the fact that women will not get on here and tell the truth and admit to y'all that, yes, I had husband material and I foolishly threw it away. I foolishly threw it away. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting these comments. Remy Ma is embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Okay, speaking of, Speaking of, glad you made this point. Who waits for somebody to get out of jail for 7 years? What man you know waiting for you to get out of jail for 7 years? That's crazy. I'm happy for Pam. Can't say take advantage of you. We are married. We are married, okay? And see, here's the thing, right? Like, we look at women like Cardi B because, ooh, she out there doing it. Look at her and Stefan and woo, woo, woo. They doing this and they doing that. And when Stefan is finished with her, because I believe he's had 2 babies in the time that they were dating. 1 or 2 babies in the time that they've been dating, okay? So when he's finished with her, then what? He's still going to be Stefan Diggs, but now she's been Cardi B, she's been Offset's, she's been Stefan's. Do you see the way they still talk about Ciara? That lady is happily married to Russell Wilson. They done had 3 more babies. They've been married for years. And there are still people out here doing think pieces on why she wasn't good enough for Russell Wilson and why Future did. She's always going to be Future's baby's mama, no matter how long she's Russell Wilson's wife. They are always going to associate her. And I'm using the term trash bucket because we know what kind of reputation Future has. I'm not speaking on him personally. I'm just speaking on the way that he's portrayed, especially when they're trying to bring Ciara down for whatever reason. She's forever going to be associated with that trash bucket Future, even though she is Russell Wilson's wife. The rules of engagement are not the same for us as women. And we have to understand that. As soon as you understand that the rules of engagement are not the same, then you can start to find the benefits in following said rules. There are benefits to being ladylike. There are benefits to keeping your legs closed and not sleeping with everyone who you are dating. Men treat you different when they find out that you're not just going to sleep with them. Out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Where your brother? Okay, let me finish talking, okay? Then I'm going to let you jump in, okay? All right. The behavior is different. The attitude is different. What you can ask for is different. Ladies, you only have one body. If you were wise, you would maintain that body so that when it is time for you to get married, you have something to leverage and something to offer. I know I'm not supposed to be saying this, but I'm going to just keep it real with y'all because this is how I talk to my own daughters. That's something for you to leverage when it's time for you to start picking a husband. That increases your worth. All praises to the Most High. I know 3 of my girls have been untouched. 3 of them are still pure. I know I'm gonna die. And I tell them to keep that. Bless you. Bless you. Because it increases your stock when it's time to look for a man. Y'all gotta stop being ignorant, act like that kind of stuff doesn't matter. It matters. People care about their bloodlines. People care about the kind of reputation that they're bringing into their families. Again, you want to go out here acting all loose and being a whore, but then expect some man to come in and put you on a pedestal as a wife. Really, Paxton? Don't pay him no attention.
Why is Atticus? Oh my God!
Really, Paxton?
Thank you, Paxton.
Paxton, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody.
Don't pay them no attention. Don't pay
Alright.
him no attention.
Mom, I have to ask you a question.
They ain't dating. They just partying and hunching.
I want.
True. I believe that too. I don't think it's anything serious, but the imagery and it's the hunching. It's the hunching. That's what's gonna get her trash. The hunching. What?
Is Auntie Angelina my auntie?
Yes.
Oh.
But she's not like she's not my blood sister. Like she's not like Uncle BB, okay? But she's still an auntie. Okay?
I didn't know
Yeah.
because he always calls me nephew.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Alright.
Yeah, I
Auntie
don't.
Angelina, it would help if you said Paxton's forehead is big. Please say it. Please say it. in the chat.
No, she's not gonna
Please.
say Paxton's forehead is big.
Please.
Paxton, where you going?
Auntie Angelina,
To finish
please.
playing Fortnite?
Please. Please. Auntie Angelina, please.
She's not gonna say
If you
Paxton's forehead
truly
is
love
big.
me, then you will.
Why? She's not gonna say Paxton's forehead is big. So listen, y'all, please. I know it's hard. I hope y'all understood what I was trying to say. This is a hard thing to say because I be trying not to offend people, but I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. And I just need y'all to understand some real hard, concrete facts. Okay. The fact of the matter is, as a woman, you have things to leverage when it's time for you to look for a man. And if you use it all up, then what kind of man do you think you're gonna get?
I'm gonna beat him up.
Don't pay him no attention, okay? What kind of man do you think you're gonna get? It's the same thing with men, except that the men are supposed to provide. The men are supposed to be the ones looking for the wives. It's not your job to find a husband. It's a husband's job to find you. But when he finds you, what condition is he gonna find you in? Because I was talking to my daughter and I was telling her, you want a man that wants to be a husband, not a man that just wants you. She's dealing with now he's an ex. All praises. Hopefully he stays an ex, but he's been pressuring her for sex. So what was his great idea? Oh, okay, let's get married. But he's not ready to be a provider. I'm telling her, run, girl, run. He's not ready to be a husband. He doesn't want to be a husband. He just wants to have you. And then when he's done with you, when he's bored with you, which is what happens in marriages, people get bored. Day-to-day life can get boring. It is up to you to keep it spicy. It is up to you to keep it interesting. This is why me and my husband tell y'all all the time, marry your best friend. Every day isn't romantic. Every day isn't rainbows and butterflies and googly eyes. Some days y'all gotta grind together. Y'all gotta work together. Some days y'all have to sit down and figure some things out, and you need to be friends in order to make that happen. But also you need to not be so emotionally and spiritually spent that you now don't have the energy for the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You have to not be so physically spent that your husband cannot please you. And I think that's the thing you're forgetting about. Okay? Go upstairs. Go, it's okay. It's all right. Go and tell. What? Okay.
Always believe in God and never have any faith in the devil.
All praises. Mwah. And tell him I said stop. Okay. Oh, my phone done died. All right, I got a few more minutes. So, real quick. Yeah, you don't want to be so emotionally and spiritually spent that now you have no time and no patience for the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You don't want to be so physically spent that now your husband can't please you. And now you got to do all kind of weird stuff. Now you feel like you need more than one man to please you. You think it doesn't happen, but it does. It's like I'm not finished, guys. Please give me a few minutes, okay? Okay. Love you too. I don't know how to explain it, but it's as you the more you use it, the weaker it becomes. Like your phone. You keep using your phone, you keep turning it on, you keep using it, and the battery is steadily dying, steadily dying, steadily dying. It's the same thing with sex. You keep using it, all the nerves and feelings is going to eventually die. Ladies, your structure is internal. That is important. There are things going on in there. But you keep introducing foreign objects. And even more acutely, these STDs they passing around today, that's something different. That is something different. Oh, me too, boo. I'm ready to have some fun too. I hope you're on your way home. Oh no, he not. He went to watch that dang on game. Game 7. By the way, I'm saying it's gonna be a game 7. I just want to throw that out there. So yeah, listen. Pull away from what the world is telling you when it comes to being single. Be careful who you're listening to. I wouldn't take dating advice from Cam Newton if he paid me $1 million. Horrible advice. Ace Metaphor, horrible. Tonight's conversations, now they got all kind of people up on the panel, horrible. How are you, a gay man, trying to give women advice about dealing with straight men? And horrible. It is an individual effort. Save yourself for the one that you want to spend your life with. There's going to be plenty of time for sex once you get married. Trust me. Huddle up, sisters. Huddle up. You're going to get tired of sex once you get married. Okay? I know it's a big deal now. I get it. All right? Because it's not just available on demand. All right? So, yes, getting it is a big deal. But let me tell you, once you get married, there will be plenty of it around. Okay? Stop spending all of your it on friends and save your it for the one who's going to need it for the rest of his life, in your life. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope something that I said to you was helpful, whether you're listening live or on the replay. If you like something I said, or you would just like to be a part of the ministry efforts here at the House of Mono, please head over. Please head over to the Cash App, $ the House of Mono. $1 or $2 will do. Do not forget about F3, the French Up Family Fest, coming to you July the 6th. We will have a Sabbath service on the 5th. And then the show will be on the 6th. We're working on some other things, so there will be more announcements coming soon regarding F3 weekend. If you want to get tickets, if you would like to be a vendor, if you would like to donate, if you want a VIP tent, 3mgmusic.com. The deadline for VIP tents and vendor spots is June 29th, 10 days from today, June 29th. It is a strict deadline. Last year, we tried to accommodate people at the last minute, and it's a lot, you guys. I know we keep changing things, but as we go every year, we learn things every year. We switch it up to make it better for you all. So please, the 29th is the absolute last day. Please, y'all, please comply. Please don't try to make anybody on the F3 staff the bad guy. And what I mean by that is, like, when you don't follow the rules and then you come in and you want to hook up you put us in an awkward position. Because it's like, if I say yes to you, now I have to allow this for everyone else. But then if I say no to you, oh, I'm mean, you're going to talk about me, and all this other stuff. Please don't do that to us. Okay? Just please follow the rules. Everybody cooperate. And we can all have a great time. You can come out to F3, make you a bag. And it can be a wonderful time in the Most High. So VIP tents, vendor spots. June 29th is the absolute last day. Say what now?
I want to say something. Okay, so I'm back. Patson's fine, and
Paxton is crying.
yes.
Why?
And I beat him up.
No, you
Okay,
didn't.
and the puppies. We have new puppies. We will be selling them pretty soon.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first. 3mgmusic.com. If you want to help a family or you want to help someone who maybe cannot come to F3, you can also make a donation. Cash App $F3Fest. If you're like, hey, I'm not going to be available, but I would like to send someone else, $F3Fest for your donations. Okay. These two pots are very separate. The F3 Fest Cash App goes towards F3. The House of Mono Cash App goes toward the ministry efforts here at the House of Mono, the lights, the cameras, the actions, the things that you see. What else? Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications on the YouTube.
Like, comment, and share. Please.
Like,
me and Patson
comment,
video
and share.
on our channel.
Yes. So y'all, if you go to the chat, you can see the Paxton YouTube channel. You know, you can go there and subscribe to the boys.
Please sign your kids up for the Social Saturday. I need friends, period.
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, I know y'all probably be like, why she always like messing with her nose down here? It ain't nothing like that, I promise. It's just the room that I am. It does not have a lot of ventilation, and I'm right next to a workspace where there's a lot of dust and chemicals and spray and stuff like that. So as soon as I come in here, like my nose does not run all day, but as soon as I come in here, it's like, ugh. So please forgive me. I'm not trying to be gross. I'm not on drugs, not doing lines. Okay. Nothing like that. I think that's it. I will see y'all right back here. Same black time, same black station, Thursday, 8:00. Don't forget to
Please support our YouTube.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. Please follow me on your favorite socials, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Snapchat at Miss Mono's World. I'm on Facebook too. I said that already, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat at Miss Mono's World. I will see y'all
next Thursday.
I will see y'all next Thursday. If not before then, because it is F3 season. You know, we be doing sporadic lives and stuff. So again, please make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Okay, I think that's it. I love y'all so much. Anything else?
Have a nice sleep, and we love you. Goodbye.
We love you so much. Shalom, shalom. And good night.
Doing things.
Mono.
Living super clean.
One time for my king doing king things. All these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I said,
Tune in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue Magad. Now also available on Nasaya TV on Roku and Fire Stick. Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass. Don't miss it, sisters and cousins.